Manifestation isolation. The manifestation space has kept you isolated and broke. They have made you believe that everything relies upon you. And there is a truth to this. If you don't carry out certain actions or have certain thoughts to change your life, it will not change. But the problem is they make you think you don't need anyone else. And here's the thing. Nothing significant has happened in your life without the help of other people. And until you realize this, you are going to stay stuck, or it's going to take you very, very, very long to get where you want to get to, especially when it comes to money. So let's solve this. Let's break it down. Let's cure this isolation and let's make some money. Let's get into it. Now, today, I'm going to be talking a lot about the mental plane. So I'm going to be drawing a big square here. Look, I don't know if that's a perfect square, but it's close enough. All right. Up here, we got that. Down here. All right. So this is your soul. This is your mind. And this is your body. Or reality. Let me close this blind right here. Yes, this curtain. Get things a little more proper in here. Okay. And then up here, you have the spiritual realm. You got your mental realm of existence. And you got the physical realm. Realm of existence. Now, we are going to be primarily concerned with the mind in this video because this is where this isolation problem originates from and it's keeping you broke. So, what you have to understand is your mind is split in two, like I said in my two minds video, okay? Masculine mind, feminine mind. Masculine is the I, what you believe of yourself. Feminine is the me. Things you have, things that belong to you, things that you claim. Masculine is the give. Feminine is the receive. I think I spelled receive wrong, but it is what it is. I before E except after C. I spelled it wrong, but whatever, okay? Masculine is the I, or the giving. Feminine is the me, or the receiving. This is the projective. This is the injective. I'm not going to be able to live with that. Let me just fix that up. Yes. Okay. Injective. Okay, this is your ego. This is the id. Do not listen to these people who tell you the ego is the enemy. The ego is your true self, okay? The term was created by Sigmund Freud, who is one of the fathers of modern day psychology. It doesn't have anything to do with like narcissism and being a quote unquote bad person or a selfish person or just this weirdness, okay? The ego is your true self. And the id just has to do with survival, which lives within the physical plane. Don't listen to these people telling you to dismiss your ego. You need it. And then here, you have the superconscious. And the subconscious. Okay? Superconscious, subconscious. This is what you are aware of. The subconscious is what you are unaware of, pretty much, right? So, what happens with this? The masculine mind projects things down into the feminine mind, and the feminine mind projects things down into reality. So y'all see me talk about this before if you see my videos, but don't worry. This diagram can explain many things of life. So the masculine projects ideas impregnates the feminine mind. The feminine mind is the subconscious. The subconscious creates your reality because it is the things that you have. It is the me. It is the my. It is what belongs to me, right? So what you have to understand, when you're isolated, okay, you end up trapping your level of awareness, okay? And this has to do with frequency. This has to do with vibration. Up here, we have the all, which is God, right? This is the fastest moving point of the universe. As we go down, it gets slow. Another word for frequency is awareness, okay? Your frequency is just your level of awareness. When you were a kid, okay, and you didn't know how to tie your shoes, you were unaware of how to tie your shoes. It was very difficult. You didn't know what to do. But now you are highly aware of how to tie your shoes, I hope. You have a higher level of awareness. You are on a different frequency than you were as a child because you simply know more. The more you know, the higher you move up in frequency. The all is the combination of all things. Therefore, it knows all things. Therefore, it is the synthesis of all things. It is the creation spark of the universe. Okay? Now, the more you know, the more you understand or understand, the more you become like the all. The all can manifest instantaneously. Your level of awareness will determine how your manifestations come into existence, how quickly they can occur. You have the awareness and the income to be able to go to the store and buy a chocolate bar very easily. But if I told you to buy a Ferrari, you'd be like, whoa. You don't yet have the awareness of how to get the Ferrari. You don't know how to get the money yet. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know how the dealership operates. You don't know how to get the Ferrari. Okay? That's just your awareness. There's many levels and many aspects of awareness that you will need in order to get a Ferrari, right? If you're gonna buy it, okay? Now, when you're isolated, you trap your levels of awareness and you think you can do this all by yourself. I thought this too. I thought that I could just do everything on my own, especially when I was in the music business. I produced, I engineered, I wrote, I recorded, I wrote for other people, I released the music, I made the graphics, I did everything. Everything besides shooting my own music videos, because I couldn't like hold a camera and shoot my own video, but I edited the videos. I did everything. I thought I could do every single thing by myself, but I was broke. And it wasn't until I changed my circle and got around some people who had some real money did I start making more money. Why? Okay? Because of the concept of gender, hermetic gender. Those with a more certain awareness, certainty in their awareness of how to make money will end up through authority injecting these ideas into your feminine mind. Now, this is not a bad thing because imagine you hang out with people who have a mind of one guy makes 100K. Okay? Another guy makes 50K a month. Right? Another person makes 25K. Another person makes 25K. These four people collectively make $200,000 a month. Okay, on average, you divide them all up, that's 200K, you divide them up, they make on average 50K. So the average monthly income of this particular group is 50K. And you're down here making $2,000 a month in your reality. Do you understand? Don't you think it would help you if you had some certainty and awareness injected from these people into your subconscious mind? Don't you think the average here is 50K? Don't you think if you learn from these people and hang out with these people and end up dealing with what I call frequency contagion, because frequency is contagious, you deal with frequency contagion, do you not think these people are going to help you learn how to make more money? You're at least going to learn how to make 25K, maybe 50, maybe 100 a month. the network. I want you to understand, nothing that you do or know, you put in there yourself. You didn't. You believe things through evidence or authority, and more authority than evidence. There are people who have no evidence for what they do, no evidence for what they teach you, but you will believe them because they have certainty in awareness and they have certainty in what they're telling you, and they have a more powerful masculine projection that will impregnate your feminine mind, and you will believe them. This is how scammers get by. Okay, scammers go around with such authority. They speak with such authority, like they really know what they're talking about. And since you don't know what they're talking about, okay, because your mind down here is chaotic, okay, is chaotic, and up here is order, right? Up here is order. If somebody comes to you with a more orderly explanation and more orderly awareness of what you're trying to get to, you are far more likely to believe them. They will inject a masculine projection into your feminine mind. The thing is, you have to make sure they're not a scammer. But this is why scammers get by. They have authority. You believe people on the internet because they have some sort of results, some sort of evidence or claim to, and then you believe what they say. You have not put anything into your head by yourself. So why do you think that you're just going to get rich on your own by yourself? You couldn't even read these words if it wasn't for someone else. Who taught you how to read? You learned the alphabet. You learned how to put words together. You learned sentences. You learned bigger words. You learned how to craft paragraphs. Who taught you this? Somebody taught it to you. Math, language. You understand the things coming out of my mouth because someone taught it to you. Somebody took a masculine projection, a certainty, an order, and projected it into your feminine mind, and you believe it. It's subconscious. It's in your subconscious. You believe it, so it's in your reality. That's why you can read these words, and that's why you can understand what I'm saying. Okay, so what do we need to do in order to take advantage of this process and actually make this masculine injective energy work for you? It's very simple. It's very simple. Firstly, like I always say in all of my videos, know your purpose. You know your purpose by knowing your values. Get the value finder. It's in the description below. It's free. It will help you find your values and your purpose. You need mission. You need vision. These all come from finding your purpose, okay? And then you build a business off of that, which is what I help people do in the next realm. Build a purpose, mission, vision-based business and get out of hermetic rhythm that's keeping them stuck here when they should be up here, okay? Now, what you got to understand, so you don't get certain weird injections into your mind and believe them and get thrown off of your path. If you have a purpose and you get certain information brought to you, you're going to be like, this doesn't align with what I want to do. You sound really convincing. You sound really compelling. You sound like you have a lot of authority, but I'm not doing it because it's not in line with purpose. So I'm not doing it. You understand? But if you don't have any purpose and you don't have any idea what's going on in your life, you're going to believe everything everyone tells you who seems like they have some authority, who seems like they know what they're talking about. And then this happens to spiritual people a lot. You deal with spiritual mania, okay? I have a video coming about this very soon. Spiritual mania. You deal with spiritual mania because you have consumed so much things from so much people who seem like they have so much authority and you have no clue what to think. Zero clue. I got people coming to me like, yeah, Seth, you know, I'm just trying to get enlightenment from my 18th planet extraterrestrial crystal alignment. And it's pretty difficult. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, Doc, what are you doing? This is madness. This is spiritual mania. But this is what happens when you don't have purpose, mission, or vision. You start taking in things that confuse you. that give you confounded vision. That's what confusion is, confudere. Okay, that's what it comes from, the Latin confudere, which means to mix into disorder. All right, so you have consumed all of this information and you have been mixed into disorder and you wonder why your life isn't the way it should be. And since you're isolated, you have no clue how to fix it. You have no one around to tell you, yo, that's wrong. When I first started getting money, right? And y'all know my story, okay? I first started making money as a manager in the adult business, okay? In the online adult business. If you want to know more about that, know my story, it's on my channel, one of the first videos on my channel. If you have a problem with my past, well, that's your problem. I don't do that anymore. I have a greater purpose. So, when I first started that, I got to a point where I was making about 4K a month. 4K a month. And people kept telling me, hire staff, hire staff, hire staff, hire staff. People who are making this sort of money, okay? 100K, 50K, 250K, hire staff, hire staff. I'm like, nah, but they can't do the job as well as me because I was stuck up in a subconscious rhythm, in a belief that was keeping me stuck, okay? But you have these people who are trying to inject the right information into my mind and I'm not listening, okay? But once I did listen, I jumped from 4K to 10K the next month and got my time back. If I was isolated, I would never have even be making these videos. I'd be isolated. How did I get my YouTube to get subscribers and stuff like that? I learned from other people who knew what they were doing. You need a network, okay? You need a network and you already have one and you just don't know it. You already have a network and you don't know it. All these little people you watch on YouTube, all these people you garner information from and you learn from, they're a form of network. But you're not able to go to them and ask direct questions and make things happen and bring your situation to them and get direct knowledge, right? Because you think you can do it by yourself. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. Well, it's not wild to me because I used to be like this. I very much used to be like this. So, all you need to do to solve this problem is stop freaking isolating yourself and look for some people who are ahead of you who can help you. All you gotta do is provide some sort of value. What is it that you have that they want? Okay, for me, for a lot of the people I dealt with who had far more money than me, a big part with a lot of rich people is they had no swag. Like no swag. They couldn't dress, they couldn't speak to women, they couldn't talk well. So what did I do? I taught them how to do that. And somehow magically they taught me about money. You'd be surprised. Money doesn't have to do with a lot of things that people think it does. There are people who know how to make money and people who are good at other things in there and people who are just terrible at all this other stuff in life, but they know how to make money. Sorry, that was a little confounded in the way I spoke. There are people who know how to make money who are crap at everything else in life and it's damaging their lives. You might have a skill to assist those people. You understand? So, Seth, how do I find a network? How do I find a network? Luckily, you have access to the internet. Let me tell you something. I'm over here speaking about isolation and whatnot, but I don't like to leave my house. Okay, you can ask my wife. She's not here right now. She's out with her mom. But I don't like to leave my house. But I have a network. I talk to entrepreneurs every day. I talk to people making money every day. I talk to people making big money every day. I have an online network of over 4,000 people. Okay? 4,000 people. Here's what you have to understand about network. And this is a concept from Naval Ravikant, who is a fantastic entrepreneur. The value of a network is the number of nodes in the network, so the number of people squared. Do you know what 4,000 squared is? $16 million. $16 million. So if I utilize my network appropriately, I have the potential to make $16 million out of it. I'm in one network, okay, that had about 2,000 people in it, right? Which would be a $4 million squared, okay? So it had about 2,000 people in it, $4 million. I already extracted $1 million plus out of being in that network. You need to know people. Okay? You need to know people. How much masterminds are you in? Why are you in no masterminds? Why are you in no online communities? Why are you not trying to meet people who are going to help you? And let me tell you a quick story, okay? When I first started meeting people with money, I was broke. I had borrowed money from a friend to get into certain professional networks, okay? And there was a dinner I was going to with about 6 other people. And we were going to Louie Louie, which is a nicer spot in the city. I was in Toronto, okay? I knew going to this dinner, we were going to order the most expensive things on the menu. The most expensive things. And I was like, well, there's no way I'm not going to be able to pull my weight. I'm not going to show up with empty pockets. So what did I do? First, I looked at the menu to see how expensive it was, and it was not cheap. It was like $500 steaks, and I'm like, these guys are at least ordering 2 of these. You know what I mean? So it was already going to be $1,000, okay, for the meal at minimum. So what I do? I called up clients. Yo, do you need a session? I followed up with people who owed me money. I hit up clients who needed mixing work because I was in the music business. And I got the money together. I got maybe $500 or $600 in a couple days, right? And I went to the dinner and I paid my fair share. The bill was like $2,000. That demonstrated to me that I can get money if I want to get it, that I can find a way. You also can find a way. Why did that happen? Because a rising tide lifts all ships. If people have a certain level of awareness all around you, a certain level of frequency all around you, their frequency is contagious, you are going to move up with them. If you don't move up, you're just going to get cast out of the group. You're going to get cast out of the group. Have you ever seen people in your life? You guys used to be so cool. You guys used to kick it so much together. You used to be best of friends, and you just drifted apart. And nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. No problem. No nothing. You just don't talk to them anymore. And you're like, oh, how did that even happen? You're just on a different frequency. You're on a different level of awareness, so they can't be in your life anymore. When you get into circles with people with more money, if you don't start fixing up and getting on the program, you're just going to fade out. They're not even going to have to kick you out. You're just going to fade out. So you got to keep up. A rising tide lifts all ships. A continuous frequency, a collective frequency will rise you. So how did this work for me? I go to this dinner. There's a guy in oil and gas. He just closed a $2 million deal. He's saying it nonchalantly. Yeah, we just closed $2 million deal, did some blah, blah, blah technology, right. I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? All I know is that he closed $2 million the other day. Another kid, he's a 21. He's like 21, $60K in one day from an offer. Another kid had made $5K that day. Another guy's a millionaire. I'm like, what's going on here? And the way they're talking about money is so nonchalant. Like, yeah, it was just $60K. I think we could have done 75, but this particular thing happened and blah. I was like, bruv, I can't even make 20K a year. What the hell are you talking about? You made 60K in one day. Dog, what do you think is going to happen when you have these conversations? You need to change your network. You need to stop being isolated. If you want to move quicker, you will do it faster together. And that's that. Okay? Stop isolating yourself. Get into a network. I have the Next Realm, which is my network. You can learn directly from me. Anyone in the Next Realm, I'm still at a size where you can actually DM me and I will talk to you. Okay, we have calls. I will answer whatever question you have on the calls. So it's almost like you're getting some one-on-one interaction. If you want one-on-one interaction, I only do one-on-one coaching for people who are in the Next Realm. So if you want that, you got to get in. But start somewhere. Get into a network. I paid $5,000 to get into a network. Another network I paid $2,000, $7,000, $10,000 for some of these things, and they always paid off. Always paid off. All right? Start somewhere. Learn from people. Because even your favorite manifestation creator who told you to sit in your house and meditate and you don't need anybody else, they learned from somebody. They learned how to do YouTube from somebody. They learned how to sell things from somebody. They learned how to get money from somebody else who injected it into their mind. Look at what people do, not what they say. Success leaves clues. Find your purpose, mission, vision, get in the right circles, increase your awareness and your income. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.